Hey everybody, Mike Barr here. It is Sunday, June 4th, 2023, and my safety Sunday topic for today, I'm going to talk a little bit about safety culture. And, a couple weeks ago, I ran across in a forum, there was a discussion, quite a interesting discussion going back and forth, and some of it got a little heated. It was kind of fun, but anyway, there was a discussion about whether or not safety culture is real, whether it's something that can truly be achieved. In other words, a culture that is so well established that it becomes very difficult for a serious injury or fatality to occur. And I've got some mixed feelings about that, and some opinions on whether or not that's something that can be achieved. And I want to talk a little bit about that. But and I've worked for some companies over my 50 years. I worked for a couple in particular that I can think of, that where when I went to work for these companies, they weren't in that good a shape. And with the commitment of management and being able to access the proper resources, we made a lot of progress. And one in particular, I think I think we got as close to establishing a true safety culture as you could get. But yet, we still had a couple of serious accidents. And so, yes, I do believe that we can achieve a safety culture that certainly encourages its employees to follow safety policies under almost all circumstances. So, yeah, I think culture is real, and I think one of the things that is obviously one of the most important elements of establishing that culture is communication. And I mean communication from everyone, from the company to its employees, the employees to the company, and employee to employee. There's got to be good communication. And obviously the employers have got to actively promote safety awareness and demonstrate their commitment. Demonstration of that commitment is key. And for example, if an employer raises a concern, the employer has got to take that seriously and do what's necessary to remedy that concern. And it could be that could be through direct intervention. It could mean rewriting or revising policies and procedures. It may even have to involve a third party that you got to hire and bring in to solve a particular problem. So, but whatever the company does, whatever they do to address that concern, it's theirs. They own it. They're going to be responsible for that. So it's really important to have this proper communication. Without it, we're never going to achieve that culture that we're looking for. So, but and while most of, not all, but a lot of the responsibility of maintaining, that culture and that environment falls on the employer, it can't be done without the worker. It can't be done without the guys in the field. They have a duty to keep themselves and others around them safe. And the employees have got to do their part to foster that safe work environment by conducting themselves appropriately and following the health and safety procedures that have been put into place. And again, they play the guys in the field play a crucial role in preventing these injuries, and by following these guidelines and using equipment correctly and reporting any hazards or concerns to their supervisor. If that's not happening, then we don't have the kind of culture that fosters that promotes that. So, that's one of the things that's going to tell you whether or not you are, you have the kind of culture that you need to have. If we're not having this communication, then we're not there. So, in other words, if we have an injury, and it's minor, and it doesn't get reported, then of course, a similar accident could happen later down the road, and to someone else, and the consequences could be more severe. If we have a near miss and we don't report it, if near misses are not being reported, then we haven't established the environment under which those are freely reported. And if we're not reporting near misses, then again, later down the road, we can have another incident, and the consequences could be much worse. So we need to report these. We need to, and then again, the employer's got to make sure that we handle that situation and make the changes or the adjustments that need to be made in order to make sure it doesn't happen again. So another thing that I think is really key to this culture, and I think it's an issue that others are addressing, and that is mental health. I just read some statistics a week or so ago about mental health in our industry, and there's some really disturbing things out there as far as there's people that are struggling with their mental health and physical health, and all I want to say about that is if you've got issues, if you've got problems with your mental health and even your physical health, address it. Go to talk to someone and take advantage of the programs that your company has to help with that issue. So anyway, it's something that I think contributes to some of the issues that we're having. So if we've got employees, if you've got issues with, and we're neglecting our mental health, we may struggle to work at the top level, and we could end up making costly mistakes and underperforming, potentially resulting too in the loss of our jobs. So anyway, that's something that's concerning, and just if you've got issues, try to get them addressed. Staying up to date with the latest industry-specific standards and best practices is vital. I think if you're made aware of best practices and safety standards that maybe somebody else is doing, bring that to the table and encourage people to share that knowledge with their colleagues to help foster that culture. And let's just hold ourselves to a higher standard, and let's not take the easy way out. Take the time, and energy to perform, your tasks correctly. Make it a habit to follow safety policies and procedures. And again, ask yourself, how comfortable are you? What shortcuts are you taking? Why are you taking them? And what price are you willing to pay, physically and monetarily? And just remember, you're the last one to have the hands on it. You're the last one to have that train of thought go through your mind on what got you where you're at, what you're about to do, and what the potential outcome is. Just you. So have a great week. Be careful, and we'll talk to you soon.